Hey guys, Sloppy Noise here from Chaotic Neutral, and today I'm going to be going over the Apollo Medivac and the Apollo Triage. They are essentially the same builds, but yeah, let's get into it. First up, we're going with weapons. I'm going to recommend the Rhinos and the Panthers. The reason behind this is you do have a 1x capacitor. That means you get 75 shots, and you're not going to be too worried about putting out high amounts of damage for PvE bounty or Vaughn missions. You're probably taking this down to a bunker or a ground location to pick some guys up, right? What happens when you get down there? You're looking at people on the ground. You're looking at some bots. And having these 75, max capacity ammo, unlimited by the way, because you're going to constantly recharge it, you're not going to run out. And you don't have to worry about the extremely slow fire rate of an attrition or an M cannon, etc., etc. And let's say you do run into some drop ships hitting out in pyro. These bad boys are definitely going to take them out. So, as you can see, we still keep 68 out of the 75 shots while maintaining, full power pips in weapons. So, next up, we got missiles. My personal favorites, especially for size 2s, are the Rattlers, but they don't really cover everything. Now, you're taking this against PvP ships, they're probably going to be Cuddies, Valkyries, stuff like that. Amazing for it, all right? Just in case, I'd throw in some Dominators, some EMs, because let's say a player ship does show up, these EMs tend to stick through a lot of the flares. Now, when it comes to the modules, obviously personal preference, right? I'm going with a tier 1 and probably a tier 2. The tier 3s are great, don't get me wrong. Having the tier 2s is going to cure pretty much everything, and having that tier 1 guarantees you have the largest respawn area. And let's be honest, how often do you get a tier 1 injury? Not that often. So you're probably just using it for respawns. Next up, we're going to go check out the shields, which is kind of interesting on this one, okay? So, I would personally go with 2 ramparts and 2 FR-76s. The reason behind this is mostly power management. When it comes to your power, these ramparts have a minimum of 3 power pips required just to turn on, and the FR-76s only have 1 power pip required to turn on. This just lets this is a power hungry ship. Let's put it that way. All right, even with some updated power plants. Speaking of which, power plants. I mean, you can't go wrong with a JS or a Quadricell. You're going to get the most power pips or most power generation possible. Your cooling's going to be a little up, but I mean, let's compare it to where is it? Let's compare it to the industrial. You're getting zero point 0.2 EM per segment. That's nothing. IR, but there has been some instances where ballistics and missiles are doing damage to components. So this extra 200 health does help a little bit, and you get 1 increased power pip over the Genoa. So with that, we now have a couple more power pips to play around with. Let's try and increase that even more. On coolers, we're going to go ahead and put on some Nightfalls. We pretty much recommend stealth coolers with any ship, just because it's only 2. And technically, you know what I mean? You only need 1. It does help a little bit out with your detection. Not a whole lot because look at this bad boy. 25k cross section, 20k heat. Even when you min-max this, you only get down to about 20k itself. So you're not really losing anything overall. And of course, when it comes to quantum drives, you got 2 choices. It's a size 2, you got your XL1, and you got your Hemera. All right. What's the actual difference between them? Well, an XL1 will take you 20 GMs in 1 minute and 31 seconds. A Hemera, an additional 9 seconds. Now, where it gets even funnier is when you get down to the cooldown time. So you don't really lose anything. that cooldown time is about 7 seconds. And the XL1 is like 9 seconds faster. So realistically, it's 2 seconds faster before you can jump again. Now, if we push this up to, say, I don't know, 50 GM, you might notice a little more. So 3 minutes and 4 seconds, 3 minutes and 27. So even then, you're really only saving about 15 seconds per jump on a 50 GM jump. And just to show you why we don't really go with the Hurricane, so 321 compared to 327, and with the Hurricane, I mean that's 20 seconds of cooldown. So you completely lose any time you gained from the that increased speed, right? So go ahead, get yourself an XL1. And I mean, that's pretty much it. If we swap over to the Triage, we get a few less missiles. That's that's it. That's it. So once again, throw in some Rattlers, Dominators. Really, it's whatever you enjoy using at this point. Okay? Those Rattlers, when they spread out, they look beautiful, they feel good when they hit, and there's just something about it. All right? Anyways, guys, that is us from over at Chaotic Neutral. We hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please throw a little thumbs up in the video and maybe hit subscribe, throw a comment in, whatever you want to do. Anyways, that's it. Take care and good luck out there.